Hi, welcome to Slate, your very own school search engine that helps you find the best schools for your kid based on various filters and parameters.
Today we have with us Ms. Tapati Roy, who works as a mentor and a consultant of teachers and students at Douglas Memorial Higher Secondary School, which is located in Kolkata. To get to know more details about the school and her experience, let's have a conversation with her. Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, so to begin with, can you please introduce yourself and tell us about your journey in education, because you have got a vast experience behind you, especially in teaching mathematics.
My name is Tapati Roy, and I've been teaching over 46 years. And my career started from La Martiniere for Girls, Kolkata. And I have been a coordinator there. And for long, 34 plus years, I've been with the school. And that was my first school, and I retired from that school only. And my passion is teaching, and I enjoyed every moment of it and all the experiences of the students that I've got. And after that, joined Modern High School. I worked there for 6 years. At the moment, I'm with Douglas Memorial, and I am with the council also. And as a resource person, training teachers. So this has been for a long time, and my association with the council is from 1984.
Great to know that, ma'am. So, with your experience in teaching mathematics, how do you make the subject interesting and easy for students to learn?
See, mathematics is a very interesting subject, but you have to make the students feel how to go about the subject, because nowadays the fear is coming in, and so that we have to stop. Now, when we are teaching, we should be teaching with the participation with students. See, when we teach only a board work or even smart board work and continuously go on giving them the theory and doing the sums, then the students don't enjoy. But when it is a full-fledged class participation, then the students really enjoy the class. So my first guideline for all teachers is to actively involve in the learning system for students, even whenever you are developing a new lesson also, and through a lot of activities too. That is also necessary.
Got it, ma'am. So, as you were mentioning that you mentor teachers, can you be a little more elaborative? Like, what strategies do you use to help teachers improve their math teaching skills? And what are the challenges usually they face in the initial stages of their career? And also, how do you support them, especially at Douglas Memorial Higher Senior School?
See, mostly young teachers, they have lots to learn also. It's through experience that they learn the different types of students that they come. So always I aim at making the teachers first feel free to ask me, so that whatever their problems, they can come and share with me and I find ways to help them out. Then how to go about in the class. So that same thing I tell them, how to teach, how to make the lesson interesting, how to get them involved. And also to encourage them that mathematics, there's no single way of solving the problem. We have variety of methods to do it. We should always accept them. So someone may be doing with 10 steps, someone may be doing the same sum with 3 steps. But you have to see whether the sums that they have done is logically correct or not. If it is logically correct, then it is correct. So don't think that only the books are doing this way, that is the only way out, and that is the way that students, or I have taught in the class this method, you have to adopt this method. These are not to be implemented at all. You must see how they are doing it, what logic. And then the students have a lot of misconception. They make a lot of errors. Now, when we are correcting our copies, we are just putting a wrong. But that is not right. You must first figure out why did the child make this mistake. And that is a very important thing, because you have to study what is the misconception, how did the child get that, and you must call the child and help him out with what is his mistake, so that he doesn't make it in future. Because we see some mistakes which are made has been developed in lower classes, and when they go to senior classes, the same errors are still there. So these are a lot of guidelines. There are innumerable guidelines that I give to make it easier for them to teach. And also, I must say that what happens is now students are exposed to much more than what it used to be, what we used to teach with the all the technology we have. So we have to update ourselves also so that we can be with them and understand what they are learning and help them with it. How much they can take from there, how much they shouldn't take it, and how much drilling. And mathematics is fully a drilling subject. The more you drill, the better you will do. It's not the repeated sums being done, but it should be more and more sums. The more they do, the more they know. And also, there's one more thing which I must say, they must know how to correct themselves. That means if they've made a mistake, not ask somebody immediately, ma'am, where have I gone wrong? Or sir, where have I gone wrong? They must find out the errors they are making. So, this self correction also is a way of learning for the students. This is how I help the students also. You must always know where have you gone wrong. Try to find it out yourself.
Rightly said, ma'am. So, as you were also mentioning that we need to make the best use of technology in our teaching as well. So, what kind of practices you have already implemented in this process?
The technology they must use is they must go for books, they must go for different Google, and also they must go for finding out what are the different methods they can do. So it's not just stuck in one book, the varied books, then what they can get on the internet, that is also important, but they must choose what is necessary for them. It's not that anything they get, it is. So we find that they are getting in wrong information. Even books always don't give right information. So books also, they must judge. They can discuss with the teachers, ma'am, you said this, but the book is saying this, because I've come across such things where the method is wrong and the child said, ma'am, why have you given wrong? So I found that the book has written it there. So I said, this is incorrect. So this is what different ways we can help them out.
Got it, ma'am. Can you also talk how teachers should adapt to the technology in the recent times, ma'am?
Yes, it is very necessary. They just can't keep to books. They have to go for internet. Like if they have any doubt, they can go. Now AI is also coming up. So with the AI also they can get a lot of information. And then from there, they mustn't copy paste anything directly. They must first justify what do I need, what is helpful for me, together with their books and the knowledge they have. They must justify it and take what is necessary for them. So that is how the technology must be used by teachers, because and they must update themselves also. See modern magazines and other information they can get in the net, so they know what are the new things that are coming up and the different methods of doing the sums also. So this is also very essential.
Got it, ma'am. So, how do you manage your role as a consultant mentor while also being passionate about teaching in the classroom?
See, the passion in the teaching is now become a part of me. So whether I'm teaching my students or I'm teaching my teachers, it's like the same. For my age, the both them are my students only, whether I'm teaching the students or the teachers. So when I'm going to the students, then I tell them how to enjoy it. When they're doing, see, mathematics is there's so much of graphical representation, geometry, to give importance to geometry because it develops the logical thinking. So all these are necessary. So I don't think it separately. It's just go and start teaching and make them understand, and through them I develop the lessons. So through them, with a lot of questions, and they're answering, and when one doesn't answer, their peer answering. So all these together makes the lesson interesting.
Got it, ma'am. So, can you share a memorable moment where you really made a difference in a student's life of understanding a math?
Yes, there are many cases. Okay, one I'll take up. One student, now years back, and she was actually one of my ex-student's daughter. I was teaching at that time. My ex-student, she's passed out and she had, after her education complete. And then, now this student, she wasn't very keen on mathematics. So in class 10, before the board, the half-yearly examination, she just copied the question paper fully. She didn't write anything. So I can say this can't happen. You have to study. So what? So I literally made her sit on my lap, you can say, because she was small built. It was possible. So then, and I made her do the sums. Rather, I made her take those topics which are easier to understand, like graphs, then construction and all, and made her repeatedly do those. And she carried on. Then in the pre-board examination, there she managed to write quite a bit of it, and she got some marks. And by the time ICSE came, she got a nearly 76%. So that was very fruitful, and she was overwhelmed. And when she went for class 11, she wanted to take up maths. I said, no, you won't manage it. So you take your interesting. So she took up accounts also. And her mother said, ma'am, you again sit with the accounts because you are a mathematics teacher. You can. I said, I'm not an accounts person, so I cannot. And one more student who was not too bad, but she made careless slips, continuous careless slips. So her marks came down to 50s and all. So then I explained why drilling is necessary. Your knowledge concepts are clear. You need more drilling. Then she started. And then she got so keen and she went on drilling herself. And what happened is her mother came and said, ma'am, please ask her to do other subjects. Morning she's doing mathematics, afternoon she's doing mathematics, evening she's doing math. So I explained that other subjects are equally important. You have to do. And after all these drilling, ultimately ICSE she got 100, ISC she got 100. So these are just two examples that I've given.
Great to know that, ma'am.
So
So over the years of time, you have seen you've been in this educational sector for a long time. So have you seen the teaching of mathematics change, and what would you like to see improve in the future?
see, mathematics is a subject like whatever topics we have done in our age, also we are doing the same topic. Those has to be the base, the foundation. So those foundations are necessary. But the way of teaching, what we used to do, like when I used to teach the students, then there, there were naughty students also. But when it came to class, they were concentrating, asking questions, and so on. But nowadays, the children need more because they already are exposed to a lot of things and they know the basic things. So they need it more in an interesting way. So it's a big challenge for teachers of these days to teach. They have to make the lessons more interesting. So just going on with the theory and just explaining the sums doesn't do well. So that is one necessary thing. And the improvement I would like to see, actually, it's students enjoying mathematics. That fear is gone. They understand the foundation. Like even for small kids, when we are teaching, I tell them what are the foundation topics. Like if the foundation is not strong, what will happen to a building? So these little class 5, class 6 students say, ma'am, it will fall. So even your mathematics, like decimals, fractions, are very important aspect, which is a foundation. So you have to be strong with that. So teachers must teach those basic concepts so that students find it interesting, and later on they don't struggle with those basic concepts and there is problem in understanding higher concepts. So this is what I would like to see, and to make lessons more interesting for students to enjoy the subject and forget about the fear. The way you teach is very important to make students like mathematics, enjoy mathematics, and not fear mathematics. Because the general thing for all parents will come and say, no, math is afraid of mathematics, scared of mathematics. So that shouldn't be there. And mathematics is a very important subject. Whichever branch you go, the concepts that we learn in school is very important. And whether you go for fashion designing, hotel management, law, anywhere you go, it's an essential thing for mathematics. We cannot do without it. So I think it's how we teach that will bring up the students to enjoy it.
Got it, ma'am. Also, do you want to see any change in the exams pattern that are being conducted, be it the syllabus or the pattern being followed to conduct math exams?
See, at the moment, what we are following, it's more or less testing what they have learned in the books, but it doesn't test out of the book what the knowledge. But at the moment, we are thinking of a lot of other things because I'm with the counselor, because they are stressing on critical thinking questions. Now, critical thinking question teachers often misunderstand, thinking they are difficult questions. It's not at all difficult. It's just putting a question in a different way so that it makes the children think. Same sum, same whatever they have done, and that is how I also tell the teachers that, see, this same sum, suppose from the book you are giving this way. If you do it, move it in this another way, how would the child think? So it's just the thinking process. So they need to think a little bit. So these sort of critical questions are coming, which will be helpful for the students, even for their competitive exams they go for.
Got it, ma'am. Also, math being a crucial subject in competitive exams, especially JEE. So, what would you suggest that students need to cope up with the pressure of these competitive exams?
See, I'm not in very favor of this too much of competitions, because the children are forgetting their to be normal life they lead. I find them, they're saying we are coming back from our tuitions at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. So I don't know whether this pressure is needed. I think even those who are not able to, will be able to cope with it, are trying it out. So that is the modern scenario. But I feel if someone is very much keen and has a aptitude for it, should go for it, then it's not a pressure. But I find students, neither they are being able to do the ICSE or AC or CBSE, whatever, nor the other one, the competitive one. So it becomes very difficult for some students to handle both of them. So their base, their knowledge is not actually developing. But those who are doing, they have to do lots of work, lots of drilling that is essential to cope up with these competitive examination, because they are in a generation where there are number of students who are going for this examination is a big number. So competition is very, very high.
Got it, ma'am. So, to conclude our interview, for parents who are looking for best schools in Kolkata, what do you suggest them that why they need to choose Douglas School?
The first of foremost is the management is very, what do I say, very open to students' requirement, teachers' requirement. They are always, I think you don't have a distance, keep a big distance between the management. They are very much approachable. That is the main thing which I like in this school, because I've seen other schools also, but I've seen they're very easily approachable. They can share with them, with whether it is the principal, whether the management, anyone like that. So this is how it is helpful. So I think this could help parents also to easily approach, and if they have any problem, they can discuss with it. We don't have a definite time, only just to say that we need to meet you. They are open to that.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining and sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you.